Hi guys. Happy Friday, I suppose. I'm having a good Friday. I don't know about the rest of you. So this is gonna be a little different. Before I even get going here too far into this shit, I actually recorded this. You're not seeing a recording right now. I actually had originally recorded this this morning. Went about 15 minutes or so. I went to upload it. I went, this needs to be live. This needs to be completely transparent. This needs to be completely me not editing what I say or what I want to say. This is me just doing my thing. That's a terrible shot here because this room looks like shit. I'm at the first house, by the way, for those of you that didn't figure that by now. Hi Mike. Hi JJ. Josh, thank you. Appreciate that. Brian, thank you as well. All right. So I put the post out there on whatever it was, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the hell it was, that I was needing to step away, and a lot of you didn't get that. A lot of you, the majority of you, have been very understanding, by the way, about me needing to take me time and me needing to be away from the live streams, and I greatly appreciate all the support I've received, all the outreach of messages and texts and calls, and it's been overwhelming, to be honest with you. I didn't think anybody actually gave that much of a shit. So I greatly appreciate all of you that have done that in the last few days. But I have felt the need in the last couple of days since I originally put that post up. It's like, some people are wondering why I've made the decision and to actually stick with it and actually do it. And I don't feel obligated really to anybody at this point except myself and my family. I felt you guys should know exactly what's going on within the means I have to express everything, because there's some things I just can't talk about on the air, right? But I do want to be as transparent as possible. So going into the anniversary show, which of course was New Year's Day, I had already been feeling like restless. Like I needed to step away, but I didn't want to not do that show because I had built it up, I guess, more in my own head than anything else, that it needed to get done. So I did it, and I had a wonderful time. At least I thought I did. JJ popped in there. JJ's girlfriend popped in there, which was cool to finally meet CC as far as over a video screen in the very least. And throughout that day, which of course was New Year's Day, I ended up drinking an entire bottle of a little bit of the bubbly along with Mountain Dew, and I got completely schlacked, which is very irresponsible, for the record. Don't do that. Very, very bad business. The next day, when I say we, I mean my son, and I mean my extended family, who one of my dearest friends, I call her my sister, and her family went down to Knott's Berry Farm and went to the park to enjoy my niece's birthday celebration. In the course of that day, there was a breakdown of communication, a breakdown of a lot of things, and it ended up that I was made aware that I was not making myself aware of my son's feelings, my son's emotions, making myself aware of my son, to the point where he and I kind of, I guess the best way to put it, the term "come to Jesus talk" is very popular these days. I had to come to Jesus talk, and a lot of that was from Jay. JJ was given permission by my son. By Dylan. You guys know Dylan for his entire life, 14 years. Give me a break, Jeff. To fill me in on how Dylan was feeling about a lot of things going on within our personal life and within the interactions between myself and his mother. And I realized I had a moment of, I failed this boy. I have failed to do what I had set to do, told everybody else to do, which to not engage in the behaviors that I was engaging in toward that side of Dylan's bloodline. And I felt unbelievably awful and full of grief and just so much like a failure that I completely came from the high of hitting the 2-year mark on the network to just the bottom of the barrel. I hit rock bottom. And then I made another boneheaded decision. A few days later, I decided this. It wasn't a encouragement. It wasn't a invitation. I decided that I felt that the needs of my friend up in Nevada were greater than the needs of the people here. And I made the decision unilaterally without any, really thought of what I could cause, what I could do, and went up there to Henderson. And in the process of going up there, I did not take a medication I have been prescribed for many, many years to help with the brain chemistry that's been affected by my car accident that I had 20 years ago, more than that now. And I took that particular medication when I got to her home, which was roughly 6 o'clock in the morning. So I took a nighttime medication first thing in the morning. Without going into too much detail, I ended up basically being a comatose person for the better part of 10 hours. I don't think I even got up to use the restroom. I think I was just that completely out of it. In doing that, in making that decision, in making that choice, I disrespected my friend's household and her situation that she was going through. Some of you know what was going on with her. And it was decided that I was to go back home. And I was told to leave. And I did. I left. And I sent a text subsequently that saying, I will be here if you need me to be here. And were we a couple, I received what I would liken to a Dear John letter, that I was no longer welcome, that I had been, I had allowed myself to replace, to cut me out of her life. So I sat there at the Greyhound station in Vegas, realizing that I had failed my son and my family here and my best friend. And it was that point that I made this decision that I've been talking about for the last 30 days or so now, that I've called it the awakening of Jeff Meacham, I guess is the best way I can describe it without sounding too dramatic, but this is pretty fucking dramatic anyway. So what I have tried to do since that day is refocus and retune my energies to positive output, to making sure I did right by me, making sure I did right by my family and the people that I call family, my extended, my close, tight knit circle that I've freaking crimped drastically in the last 30 days. And in doing that, I ended up where I was before New Year's Day and feeling like I was doing too much. And despite the warnings of everybody, including JJ, including my mother, including my therapist, including everybody on the channel that works with me on the daily, I pushed forward. I pushed forward. And in the process of pushing forward, I allowed myself to, and again, this is not a shot at anybody else. This is 100% me right now. The decision was made to go forward with the Super Bowl Squares contest that Mikey's running. I'm going to go ahead and give that a overlay here because I do want to make sure that gets out there. There is the current grid that Mikey has set up. Yes, you'll notice the descriptions on the payouts have changed. We'll go more into that tomorrow when we go and actually do the grid distribution tomorrow night at once the window closes. So anyway, I did not make clear to everybody involved that this needed to go the way that I said it was going to go. And subsequently it did not. And the transparency about the football squares became lack of transparency about money. And the people involved with the money in the football squares expressed concern, to say the very least, about how they were going to be reimbursed if they won, and the fairness of the contest. So, in that vein, I ended up in a huge mode of anger and resentment, and I lashed out at everybody, especially Mikey. And that wasn't fair to Mike, and I do apologize to you, Mike. And which is why we're going forward with this. We're going to do the distribution tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern, as I said there, and we'll be updating people during the Super Bowl about how the squares are. And again, the thing I've been trying to express is, people have been worried about, payouts being even. If you guys buy squares, there won't be a problem. Even distribution. I had originally said that we were going to, take half the pot. We're now taking only 20% to help this. And the other 80% will be divided evenly into the 4 quarters, final score, whatever the case may be. God, the game's going overtime. It's going to be a long friggin' day Sunday as it is. Anyway, and I was done. I was done at that point. I was over it. I was over the whole friggin' thing. And I decided that I was going to take a extended break until WrestleMania weekend, when JJ comes back for his shows, and I was going to reboot, if you will, at that point. So that's what I'm doing. You won't see me on any live formats beyond this Tuesday's Statboy Sports Bar featuring Orilu season finale. We're going to wrap up the season, talk about the final NFL numbers and all that stuff. You will also see me on, if I can help it, and if I'm welcome, if he's watching, the Greg Cherry Show every week, because I don't run that show. That's not something that I actively produce or, what I mean. It's literally the Greg Cherry Show. I just happen to be sitting in the chair next to him on screen, and I am more than happy to continue that. When this last Wednesday, I was just so out of my goddamn head, I didn't even want to bother with it. I didn't want to freaking be with anything or anybody. So, as far as the other live stuff, I will not be doing live streams beyond the Greg Cherry Show and Tuesday's Statboy Sports Bar. I realize I'm the co-host of the Greg Cherry Show, but it's still the Greg Cherry Show. And that's why I'm comfortable with being just, hi, I'm on screen too. I don't have to worry about, producing it, editing it, none of that shit. And it's not like oh my God, I have to do this, every week. I do want to, for the record, Greg, if you're watching, or Mrs. Cherry, if you're watching. But it's just a matter of, my brain just needs to recharge. As far as no DQ, and let me be clear on this right now, I was supposed to be part of the Elimination Chamber predictions show coming up on Tuesday. I am now not doing that. Tuesday will be Statboy Sports Bar season finale. I'm making the choice to, stick with Mikey and see the season through. But I will be more than happy to return to no DQ on whatever basis no DQ will have me back after WrestleMania weekend. As far as dads, we do have shows canned now, including next Friday's episode, which is our top 10 all-time chick flicks. And I actually found myself enjoying this show. I'm not even gonna lie, it was actually a fun taping. We have this one canned, which is March 4th's show, the first show after I turned 39. God. Top 10 all-time special guest referees. That'll be coming up on March what do you call it? 4th, and then the 18th, which we haven't filmed yet. JJ and I are going to get together for this soon. The greatest death scenes in movie and television history. That'll be on Friday, March 10th. That'll be the last dads before we go into full WrestleMania weekend mode. And in that vein, when we do quote unquote reboot, relaunch, whatever you want to call it, WrestleMania weekend, we're starting off big. We're going to have our the greatest WrestleMania entrances of all time. We're talking like, Shawn Michaels coming down from the roof of the Arrowhead Pond. We're talking, the Undertaker's very hidden. We're talking things of that vein. That'll be Friday, April Fool's Day. Wink, wink. I'm assuming JJ is going to have Renegades return at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is, I think, his normal time slot, which means we'll be going on after Renegades Reviews return. And then immediately after Dad's is done streaming, we will be live. And I mean, I'm live, all the way live with watch along of Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. It is the return of Ring of Honor. It is the return of the Championship Network live streams. It's going to be a great Friday night. And then, I mean, there it is. The weekend is upon us. We're, just over 50 days away, if I'm counting my brain right. I think we're actually at 49 at this point. Well, tomorrow will be 49 days. But yeah, 7 weeks, man. We're on for WrestleMania. It's going to be great. And Ken, to answer your question, let me get the freaking thing out of the way here. No, it is not just performers and celebrities. We're talking people in the business too. It's McMahon heavy, for the record. A lot of McMahon talk on that show, for sure. So that'll be coming up again in the month of March. Again, you can catch. I'll try. I will do everything I can to be at my desk at the new house on March 4th. On Wednesdays. Brain farting now. On Wednesdays. As far as what I was going to show, I think I kept it. Did I keep it? I didn't keep it. Poopy. Okay, I'll show you guys next time I'm on with Greg or whoever. But we are coming along great on getting the new house ready, getting the new home of the network all set up and ready to go. So I'll be showing you guys that in the coming weeks. Linda is the only McMahon that was not a referee, as far as I know, Ken. And Mike, as far as Mania predictions, I haven't decided that yet. I'm thinking, and again, this is me thinking here now, 7 weeks out, I may actually make a live appearance on the No DQ WrestleMania prediction show, because that just seems easier to do. And I feel kind of lazy. I don't want to be lazy about WrestleMania, but I feel like letting Aaron be producer guy and letting him, man the booth is a lot better. I can just go, hey, I think this person's going to win. I think this thing's going to happen. It's a lot easier on me. So we'll probably do that. Exactly. That's it. Let's go. That's it. And that's what we're doing. And that's what I'm doing. We're going forward here, folks. I don't want people to think that I'm just going to, disappear off the face of the earth and I'm not going to be popping in on social media, because that's not the case. I'm still going to be on social media, and I really appreciate, and again, I can't even express enough how warm my heart was at all the comments, the messages, the texts, the calls that I received in the last week. It means the world to me. I need to thank all of you for doing that. I need to thank my Halloween girl trio, Danielle, Scout, and Christina, for amazing communication last weekend and the course of this week. I need to apologize to We Are Wasted, the band We Are Wasted. I need to apologize to Dylan Crow, whose fan film You Can't Kill the Boogeyman premieres tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Check his links out over at Dark Crown Films. I need to apologize to my longtime friend Mark Hoyk for the interviews not happening at this point, at least not now. And I feel like an asshole. I really do. But I need to decompress, deprogram a little bit, and kind of step away from the, oh my God, gotta be live every day. I gotta just chillax a little bit. I also want to throw it out there now. Congratulations to my friends, Paradise Kitty. You girls are wonderful. They're going back to Australia, the land and under, with friends of theirs, Poison Us. They're the Poison Australia tribute. They're going to be going back to they're going to see the Aussies, and I'm so excited for them. Anyway, that's it for today. Yeah, I don't understand that either. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there since it's brought up. I don't understand that either, Ken. But I don't work for WWE. I don't understand a lot of things. Boogeyman getting a Legends deal just bugs. But I'm talking about the real boogeyman. Michael Myers is the one we're going to talk about. You Can't Kill the Boogeyman coming up this weekend over at Dark Crown Films YouTube. So check them out. Thank you guys. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Like I said, 10 o'clock Eastern after the pay window closes. So if you want to buy a square, that's what's left. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 22, 3, 4, 5. A little over 30 squares left, guys. And then once that 9 o'clock Eastern window hits, we'll be on an hour later with the grid distribution special. And what I mean by this, and I'm trying to, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense here. What we're going to do is every number you see there, if I can get the grid to load, which would be freaking awesome. There it is. Yay, me. Okay, cool. So the grid you see there with the people's names on it, those numbers behind the names are going to be wiped out. And then the people's names are going to go back on that grid. And then in the gray areas, 0 through 9 will be where the scores for the game lie. If you've seen football squares, you guys know what it looks like. So that's how it's going to lay out. Again, that'll be tomorrow. Josh says to everyone, never be afraid to reach out to a friend when you need help, and always thank you, Josh. Exactly. And I felt like I couldn't for the first, what's today, the 11th, for the first 45 days of this year. So thank you all so much for letting me vent my what's going on with me. I do love you guys. I do appreciate everybody that has supported me. And God damn, 15 years of talk wrestling and 20 of me being no DQ. It does not go unnoticed. I promise. There'll be a lot of things coming up around my birthday. We're still going to go forward with the 395 to SoFi project, which again, I'll talk about more on social media here in the next few weeks. But I'm not a legend. I'm just me, Ken. But thank you. Have a great night, guys. Have a great Friday. Get out there and have some fun. Fuck the COVID. Go have fun, y'all. See you next time.